in Route 22. I'm Thomas Laborde with Coach Jarvous Felton here at 446 Sports on the Coach Jarvous Felton Grand Football Coaches Show. Coach Felton with me tonight. Chad is not with us tonight, my normal partner in crime, so it's just going to be me kind of running through this show. Chad usually takes the lead, but I watched him enough. We're in week 9, Coach.
That's it.
Week 9, and probably your biggest rival each and every year, the people from down the road, Tioga High School. How are you feeling about, just first of all, that aspect of it, just to getting to compete against those guys?
It's going to be a competitive game. This is one of those games where your kids pick up that extra gear. You know, they're friends with a lot of these kids. A lot of them play on the same 7-on-7 league together. They play pickleball together. They hang out together. You know, some of these kids have grown up with these kids in Red River and play with them throughout their childhood. So they still keep that close-knit relationship with each one of those kids. So it's going to be an exciting game. You know, I'm excited for our kids, excited for our fans. It's always a huge game. You know, it's become a rivalry game. About 10, 15 years from now.
Right.
You know, so it's another game for us as coaches. But at the end of the day, you know, our kids get that. Something about that game, they find an extra gear for that week. So we've had a great week of practice. They've came up and had kicked in an extra gear. You know, this time of the year of the season, it's a time where it's a struggle to, you know, keep the attention span, but also it's like another homecoming week because they try to make the game bigger than what it is based off the rivalry. But here it is.
Now, are they still playing for the Battle of the Border Trophy?
I don't think so.
I remember that was the thing.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. Yeah, that was the jamboree deal we had when Coach Jarvous was here, I think 5 years ago. We had Tioga and Grant, and then we also added in our Grant Junior High and high school, all playing for that Battle of the Border Trophy. But that jamboree is kind of vanished off because we started adding in more teams. You know, we started adding in Leesville, Menard, Winfield, and it kind of got away from that. So now we're all in this Battle of the Bricks now. So
absolutely, the Battle of the Bricks. We're looking forward to seeing that again. It's close to my heart because Natchitoches Central High School puts it on. That's where my wife's assistant principal.
Yeah,
you know, I've got to talk and see that be built up. You know, in an effort to kind of rival the Bayou Jam.
Yeah.
With just Sim-Law teams. And I mean, last year I thought there were some great football games.
Yeah.
You guys took on LaSalle, who they're 6-2 now. You know, I was talking to the Montgomery coaches, and they want to get in it. You know, it's something I think that's going to grow and to be a positive thing. But going back to your statement, you know, it is week 9. I know my two of my sons are in Red River, and I'm ready for them. I've had about enough of it.
Yeah.
I can only imagine kids, you know, in these highly competitive games. You talked about that their attention span's still there. They're still getting after it. We saw week 8, it didn't go your way, but the kids played hard throughout the game. What's it been like seeing that shift to where normally, you know, teams that are, you know, struggling, the kids kind of check out?
Yeah. The main thing is, as a coach, you know, you're so far in it as a coach and you see what you were capable of doing and the high expectations you had as a coach and as a program, that there are some times where we could really capitalize on those things, but really just taking a seat back and really dissecting, you know, how the game really played out. You know, it was great for our program. It was good for our kids to see, you know, hey, understand like how good of a team you really are. You know, like making them understand and realize, guys, like y'all just play with a team that's top 5 in the state across the board. So just understand, if we correct our mistakes and we execute for 4 straight quarters, how good can you be, you know?
Absolutely. We talked about it, I think, 2 weeks ago, and understanding what enrollment means to a football game and a football program. You know, Franklin sits at about 900 kids. That's almost 2 of your school. You know, and they can double up on and just they have more depth and maybe, you know, a better ratio or a better probability of finding more guys that can contribute. You know, they're also going through maybe a once in a generation type group. Guys going to LSU, Michigan State, Alabama. I mean, those same guys were on the field. And, you know, late in the second quarter, we had pulled within 6 points. And, you know, kept battling and moving the ball. And, you know, right there every play, you know. And we're going to talk more probably about that game in a little bit. But you can just see it every week how close it is. But then you have to understand, you know, realistically, these teams are, you know, times 2 when it comes to, you know, your school and their school. You see it, I see it, and that's why, you know, you get excited about it. I talk to you privately. I get excited about it. Do the kids truly understand, you know, where they're like, we shouldn't even be playing in this district with these teams, but we're out here making plays, competing, and keeping it close every week.
Yeah. This group of kids are not really rah-rah guys, so it's almost at the point to where you can't really get a good read on them. They're just workhorses, you know. Like there was nothing said. I mean, they literally were just zoned in and they were just playing, you know, our style of football. But understanding, like, we can't have mistakes, especially against teams like that. That's really good. So we have to really, our mistakes have to be less than their mistakes, and we have to capitalize every opportunity that we get. And against teams like that, when you don't do that, you know, it just got away from us, you know. So just learning from the small things, taking care of the little things, and truly understanding how important it is to take every aspect of the game seriously, which we did, you know, coming out of the starting off the game, you know, we drive it down, we score offensively, we have a pick 6, and then we turn around and we capitalize and we score on kickoff return. You know, you've scored on all phases of the game right there. So that shows that they're understanding how important it is. But again, the mistakes and how important the mistakes cost you, especially when there's a high-powered team that you're playing, and understanding how quickly you can get behind if you don't capitalize on those opportunities.
2 big plays for you guys were on the kickoffs, both after the kickoff return for the touchdown and the pick 6 for a touchdown. Both times great kicks by Jaden Rivera, great tackles, pinned them down inside their 10, and then just a missed tackle here and there, and he's going 80, 90 yards. It's like, you know, but the guys are right there.
Yeah.
You know, so you see that how close they are. You know, these are guys that's a kid that's going to probably be playing in the SEC one day. You know, just to understand that you're right there with probably the best talent in the state.
Yeah.
You know, especially in 4A. You know, especially the young guys. I hope they're excited and they understand that where this team has gone. You know, because you and I can recall times when it wasn't the best talent in the state, and we were still getting drummed, but they've taken such a step.
Yeah.
And guys, Chad usually takes it to other places. We're going to talk football tonight because I don't talk about everything. We're going to talk about practice this week. You said practice is going good. Let's talk about the quarterbacks, the main position, the one everybody looks at. How have they practiced? How has Miles responded? Great game at defensive back. Kind of struggled at quarterback. We did see Gage come in a little bit. You know, I've talked at length. I've seen Gage since he was in junior high, watching 7-on-7. You know, I think the world. I think you know, when he's a senior, you're gonna have the best quarterback in Sinlaw.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, most definitely.
Take it wherever you want it. How have they responded this week?
Oh, those two guys are very, very close. You know, they have a close-knit group. You know, they are with each other all the time. They always, you know, picking each other up. You know, they pray together. They plan together. They practice together. They spend a lot more time than they're asked to together. You know, Miles is a great leader, and Gage he's sinking in everything that's been taught from his his brother, and Gage has a very, very bright future. And we saw a little bit of that on Friday. When like we're trying to rotate in and get when Miles is gassed because he's playing both sides of the ball. Getting Gage warmed up and saying, hey, all right, Gage, like, you understand the game plan. Let's get you out there and get you some reps too, because at the end of the day, like, Miles graduates, so you're the next man up. So, or anything bad happens, like, let's knock on wood, nothing bad happens, but you're the next guy up. And he took advantage of that. He made some really great throws on Friday.
Had a couple of good scrambles.
Yeah, he scrambled real well. I mean, he handled the pressure well. He stepped up in the pocket one time, and I was just like, wow, that's very impressive to see the growth of our kids and understanding the game and understanding the feel of when you're seeing pressure and when to step up in the pocket and when to get the ball out. Understanding where we're at on the field, where we need to get the ball to for the sticks to get the first down. He did a great job overall. So
yeah, and what people don't understand is, especially of any position really, but the quarterback position is one, especially in an offense like yours where it's a lot of read, things like that, quick hits, and you got to be able to push the ball, not just vertically but horizontally. You don't realize if I'm on the left hash and I'm throwing to the numbers over here, that's like a 30-yard throw. The football field is is it 52?
53 and a half.
53 and a half yards. If I'm on the left hash, that's almost a 30, 40-yard throw.
Yeah.
It's something you don't just show up and do.
Yeah.
And to Miles' credit, he has. I think this is his second year playing. But it's such a learned skill, and you see Gage come in. I think I told Chad, from everything we've seen, Miles is a great leader. Gage is a great quarterback. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
And they don't always. But it's great to see their relationship, as you talked about, because once Gage gets that leadership, especially for next year and the next 2 years, like I said, I give the edge to my buddy at Ash.
Yeah.
Next year he'll be a senior.
Yeah.
But when Gage is a senior, I don't think you'll have a better quarterback in Sinlaw.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the money man, the MVP. He came out again.
Yeah.
I thought they kind of twisted his ankle a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll leave that where it is. How's he feeling?
Oh, he's good, man. He's fresh. He had a great game. It was him not, having been held out for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, of him not truly getting the vision of what we installed. Kind of showed a little bit, but second half, after we made the corrections and made him understand, where your reads were, where we're trying to hit it, and keying into the backers on what we're seeing on film. Because they were zoned in onto him. If you notice, they bumped number 7 out to linebacker to key him.
Absolutely. Well, look, when you have how many yards does he have? Do we know? We have a. I figure you're the stat man
for the season.
For the season,
he's at 1789.
1789.
He's 209 yards away from 2,000-yard rushing.
And I believe and this is my math,
30
I believe he's 32 touchdowns.
We got him at 30. He might be 32.
Well, I had him 29 going into the game. He scored 3.
He scored 2.
We had 3. I counted them.
Oh, okay. Maybe he did have 3.
See, look, I'm paying attention. But 2,000 yards, I think he will get.
Yeah.
He's going to be over 30 touchdowns. I think the record is 52 by Michael Ford, but the old record was 37. So he's in rarefied air. And he's only a junior, Coach. Like, how excited is you to see this kind of season?
We knew, what his capability was, but it was awesome to see his mindset and his maturity and his focus this season of understanding, what he's truly capable of doing. Not only him, but also our offensive line as well. They've grown very, very, from the start of, last year. Last year was those guys' first true year of varsity reps, and just to see the growth from them from last year to this year, and the brotherhood that they have, and there's no me. They're all working together, and they're all trying to do what's best for each other and help their brother out, and also holding their brothers accountable. One of the main things we talked about on Monday was, us having man-to-man conversation. Did you do your job? Did you do your job? Do you do your job? At the end of the day, like, it's you versus you. You have the open realm of what do you want to accomplish for yourself first as a man and as a player. But at the end of the day, like, we made the whole team write down their goals. And what was your goals that you wanted to achieve? And are you working towards those goals? Not just in the game, but in every day, in every aspect of your day, in the classroom, in the community, out on the field, in practice. Like, are you reaching that goal? So.
Absolutely. So, you know, some of the better coaches I've heard say, you know, if you're not getting better when nobody's watching, you're not getting better.
That's it. We shouldn't have to be us as coaches shouldn't have to be always on you every single day. At some point, like, you've got to want it for yourself. I can't want it more than you.
And if you're just showing up to practice, you're doing the bare minimum.
That's it.
And it gets so hard to get people to understand that, you know, showing up to practice every day and going through it and being coachable, that's great. I'm sure you love those kids. That's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum for greatness to achieve success, you know. Everybody goes to work every day and shows up. What do you do when you're there, and what do you do to prepare outside of that to get better so that you're getting better? You shouldn't work to get better for the game. You should work to get better so that you're better at practice, so that you can practice at a better place.
That's it.
But enough of my preaching. We're going to take a short commercial break, pay some bills. Guys, I would just talk football nonstop for the hour if Nick will let me. But he's got to get paid too. So we're going to run some ads, and we'll be right back here on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we're back in the heart of Dry Prong, Route 22, nestled on the grounds of B22. You know, my son had a birthday party here last year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm getting old, I don't remember. Phenomenal place.
Yeah. It's a lot to do on this campus.
We got in those giant
blow up
balls with some coaching friends of mine, Coach Freeman, and we just charged each other. And
I was excited. I bet that was a sight to see y'all.
See my big self in those balls, and
oh man, did anybody video that?
I'm sure my wife has a video of it somewhere. I'm gonna try to delete it tonight. Now that I've told you about it. But this is such a cool place. We don't have a place like this in Pineville, Alexandria. Great restaurant. I had the pizza tonight. I finally, since Chad is not going to be here, I usually walk in at 6:15 and I'm ready to roll because I'm here to talk football. Chad's here to do all the gravitas and the ceremony. I'm just here to chime in about blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
So I got here early, just so I can be professional, kind of have an idea what we're going to talk about. Just football tonight. Coach Felton usually have a special guest. He's run out of guests.
Well, we had our fall festival tonight, so
everybody's doing that.
Everybody's there. We have our community out there. Our kids are out there, so I don't want to take away from that. So
no, tonight. And I took my kids before we got here to our fall festival in Pineville, and they took me into this room, the book fair, and man, they hit me up.
Yep, that was me last week.
So I'm just,
I understand.
Daddy, can I have this book? How can you say no to a book?
You can't. We're learning.
But anyway, we talked about the quarterbacks. We talked about the running backs. I did not know this. You got a wide receiver. I'm saying his name, Dante Rubin.
Dante Rubin, sophomore.
I thought he was a senior.
No.
He's such a good-looking kid.
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
You can now that you kind of see him, you kind of see some of the rough sides of him. As far as what do I do here? As a coach watching, you people don't see that. I was like, okay, that makes sense, but man, this team is so talented and young. I was like, surely he has a senior wide receiver. No. Talked about your wide receivers, man. There were some good plays there. That fast screen to Keith. Dante does a great job blocking. Is it Sean? Sean does another great job blocking. How are they ready for this week?
That's one of the things that we try to get them to understand this week is how important it was for them. Like if the run game's not there, like, hey, we got to be ready to catch balls, because based on what the teams have done to us in the last few weeks, the pass game is there, but we've just got to execute the pass game. So
you've seen a lot of man.
We've seen a lot of man. So
that could be dangerous with those guys. I hope you make the Indians pay if they come out and do that.
So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Offensive line, and I'm gonna throw the tight end in there too. Jaden Moore. How are they feeling?
We're healthy, man. For the first time.
I know Jaden had some shoulder.
Yeah, Jaden got banged up against Wassman. We kind of did some rehab with him. Let him take a couple days off, trying to rest it and do some treatments with him. But he's back swinging, man. And then this week he's been out there flying around. So excited for him.
Unusual for you to have the whole offense feeling good week 9.
That's a true testament of our strength and conditioning coaches and our off-season guys who've really programmed it up to make it a lasting. That's one of the things that we talked about. Going into this off-season is trying to implement things like what can we do, to make sure that you're going to have injuries, but
absolutely,
how can we try to narrow down that injury list? And I think the way the structure of practice have gone as well, with Monday full pass, Tuesday full pass, and that Wednesday, no pad, more of a mental walkthrough / walkthrough, understand assignment day, but also rehab and lift and auxiliary lift in the weight room as well has been a true help for us this year.
And people don't understand, you can go out there and break your leg. There's nothing you can do to prepare for that. It's a freak accident. But you go out there and you tear something because it hasn't been, you play one game and you put a little strain, and then you play game 2 and then you tear it. And those injuries are not freak. Those are from lack of a good program and taking care of your body. Muscles don't just sporadically tear. They tear over time. And so to see like a lot, and look, I'm going to knock on wood. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but just to see just such, you had what, is it Cullen Carbo?
Yeah, Cullen Carbo broke his leg.
I think that's the only guy out.
Yeah, he should be coming back here in the next week or so.
But then you have a broken leg. You've had a couple concussions, but you've had none of those injuries that are indicative of
shoulder injury. You had a shoulder injury as well. Happened in the JV game, actually.
But those are not injuries that are like, well, we ain't been doing our job. Those are just freak things.
Yeah,
that's impressive in its own self. To get so many guys healthy.
Yeah. Well,
as we go into week 9.
Well, I had a mentor tell me this, because I was like weary about, because that's what it's that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like we're getting after it. And he was like, Coach, like, I'm not trying to win the game on Wednesday. I'm trying to win the game on Friday.
Absolutely. And
that just shut me up. Shut me up.
Well, the offense is healthy.
Yeah.
The defense, we're missing Cullen Carbo, but
we got some young guys stepping up, man.
I'm seeing Caden Duhan.
Colin Duhan. You got Colin Duhan and Reed Lavispear.
Javon Davis.
Javon Davis. He was banged up too, from the Wassman game, but he's back rolling. He's had a better week this week. Sometimes I forget that he's a young kid and having to critique and to coach him more, because he's just he sees it and he wants to just fly in there. I'm like, hey, man, like, be patient. And today, you know, I was like, hey, I want you to keep your depth straight, and I want you to feel it as soon as it opens. And I was like, wow. You see what I mean?
They're coming along.
See what I mean? You know, so.
And we talked about it on at the end of the game against Franklin Parish. You know, look, the score is the score.
Mm-hmm.
It's not indicative of the game that you just watched.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a coach will see that and understand those things. Man, they were right there every play defensively.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody called me and said, you know, what are they doing defensively?
Yeah.
Because all they see is the score. I said they're doing everything right defensively. We just got to make our tackles.
That's it.
If we make tackles, we might be undefeated.
Hey, that's it, buddy.
Because
hey, well, I would give a true testament to our guys up front. They did hope they had a better ball game this past Friday. They held their own. They held their gaps. There's a couple of times where they made some plays, you know. So, again, finishing those plays and finishing those tackles, because we're there at the point of contact, but just the last 10%.
I even saw one. It might have been my mind gets buzzy. It might have been this week or last week. There was one where Madden Blaylock just bust through and
that was his pass. That was his pass.
He wraps him up for like a 5-yard loss, and then the next thing the guy's still running to the end zone.
Yeah.
It's like
finish
the play.
That's
you know?
it.
But that's where people say, you know, well, they got blown out. Well, yeah, but it's
right there.
A few things finishing and it's flipped,
mm-hmm.
and that gets me excited because these are teams that are like, you know,
mm-hmm.
900 enrollment.
Yeah.
And you guys are right there banging with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not getting blown off the line.
Mm-hmm.
You're just missing tackles in the backfield.
Yeah.
So they're ready. How's the defense ready for? Because we Tioga is one of our 446 Sports partners.
Mm-hmm.
We got to watch them in the Jamboree. We've got to see a few games. I'm sure you watched all their film.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about the receiver in a minute, but they've got a running back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that runs harder.
He runs hard.
Even the guys we saw at Franklin Parish.
Yeah.
Like, he was shifty.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's going to find the defenders so he can hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Are they fired up to try to go out there and tackle him?
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing is, hey, guys, we've got to get them out of things that they like to do. And once we do that, then we've got them. You know, they do a lot of 20 personnel, you know, and he is very patient. So of finding that crease. So we've got to fit to the best of our ability, hold our gaps. Again, linebackers, keeping their depth, scraping field, and making a tackle. Keep everything in front of you.
Coach, if they tackle, I guarantee you in the fourth quarter y'all be in the ball game to win it.
That's it.
100%. Now we're going to talk about the other guy. He just committed to LSU, the wide receiver, Kervin Johnson. I got to see a few plays of his. I don't know if you've got anybody as tall as him. He's a big fella, but he's, you know, good receiver. But I've seen some great defensive back play from Keith McKinney and Miles Futrell. Among the others too. How's this secondary ready to handle him? Because this is the kind of game, especially for those young guys like Keith. You put great film on him. You know, coaches say, well, who's he covering? Well, that guy's going to LSU.
That's it.
How are they mentally prepared to? Because I would imagine you tell him he's just another kid.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the. At the end of the day, he got to put his pants on just like you do, you know, and they're ready. They're up for the challenge. You know, we've had a great practice today. You know, trying to really dial in what does he like to do, and based on this formation, what do you expect out of this from him? And they dialed in. They're ready to go. So,
well,
the hat's in the bag now, buddy.
So coach has kind of broken down this week of practice in Tioga. We're going to take another quick break. We'll get a few commercials in so we can pay Nick, we can pay Alan. And we'll be back and we'll talk a little more football. That's all we're going to talk tonight. We're not going to talk any community events or anything like that. We're going to talk football. So we'll stay with us on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win. When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
And we're back at Route 22, 446 Sports coverage of the Grant Cougar and Jarvous Felton Coaches Show. Coach, I have just kept you here all night. We got 30 more minutes, and I'm gonna get all our hour out of you.
That's good.
Talking football. Chad usually has something up. He's got something planned, or somebody shows up. They told me just come here and talk football for an hour, so that's what we're gonna do.
Let's do it.
So far, we've had 3 district games. We got 2 more. This week will be at Tioga High School. We're going to have to hear that dang Florida State fight song over and over. Have you been playing that on the speakers?
That starts tomorrow, buddy. That's going to start tomorrow.
Just kind of,
yeah.
Get that in your head that they're just going to play it, and they're going to play it, and then that student section is going to yell just random stuff at you.
That's it.
They give them microphones, I think.
That's it.
And then next week, senior night on Friday.
Thursday night
game at Grant against West Washita. Coach, these last 5 district games, probably the last 5 times you'll play these teams for a while. The kids excited. What's been their mood, especially the younger guys?
I don't think they fully understand just yet.
Just where football, where teams are, and I can imagine the seniors. Though,
they're
they want to
upset.
beat these people.
They're upset.
They're upset.
They're upset.
They wanted to.
They want. I was like, why didn't it happen this year? I was like, well, that's not how it works. It's every 2 years, not every year. But I really sat them down. I was like, guys, again, how do you want your story to be told?
You got an opportunity. Last time I remember when I was here, we were in 3A, and, man, we had some success. And you kind of kept it going. But it's like, man, do you want a little success in 4A that you have to just scratch and claw, or, go to 3A where you're better suited, the kids are better suited, the schools, and we've talked at length about it, the resources are better suited to be up here. You understand that. Some in the community understand. The kids are like, what? We just show up to play football.
Yeah.
But where we're going with this is, as you kind of wind down district, you're going to have an all-district meeting. Let's talk about some of the guys you felt this year are guys that you would put on that, because all the coaches meet, they throw names out, or others suggest names from other teams. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, we're not allowed to vote.
You're not allowed to vote on your player. But I think you can you nominate?
I think for the first round, they pretty much we'll go around and school by school, and they'll say who they should, based on where we're on offense, defense, flex, special teams, and they'll let, hey, coach, I think you need to recommend so-and-so. And you're like, all right, I'll put them up, but you can't vote on it.
Right, but so as we kind of think that, who have been some guys, let's start on offense, who are some guys that you think, you go in that room and be like, look, this one's, clearly Ahmad.
Yeah.
And I'll let you talk about him real quick.
Yeah. You got Madden Blaylock, Deontay Pennington, Sean Williams, Keith, Jaden Moore. Ultimately, you want to put all your boys up at the end of the day.
I don't think anybody in this district is going to be able to stand up to the numbers that Ahmad Sykes has put up. I think he's a first team guy, and to think otherwise is just what is this accolade for? Is it to honor just individual players, which is what I think it's for, or just to celebrate who was the best team?
Yeah.
There's been that great discussion over the years. You look at the team that won district, and the first team was always filled with those guys. And was that guy the best tight end, or was he a good tight end on the best team? And things like that. So, what's your opinion of that? Is it an individual award?
I respect the if you won district, you get the first pick first, but after that, numbers are numbers, data is data. You got to follow the data,
Right.
So, I know sometimes it get a little political, but at the end of the day, I'm all about numbers and let your numbers speak for itself.
Because I've seen it, and I'm not going to name any names, but I've seen district meetings where it's like, when we won district, our quarterback should be first team. Well, he didn't throw a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you prepare for that, clearly Ahmad Sykes is a name that you can throw up there easily, and probably nobody's going to question. Talk about some of the good offensive linemen, Madden Blaylock, Deontay Pennington. Jaden Moore's he's produced at tight end, a lot of games, a lot of good catches. Defensively?
I put Jake Glass in there. He's had district-wise, he's finally figuring it out.
He had a play against Franklin Parish the other night where he thought he kind of got hurt getting up, but he just like an animal just came through and was grabbing and pulling and stopped him for no gain.
Yeah, I'm putting Miles Fifield in there in safety, man. He has had a hell of a year.
Is that the pick six?
Yeah. He's had a lot of broken up passes.
They call flags on that. I don't
know. But I'll take it.
Yeah.
Keith he's done really good at DB. Sean has to as well. Matthew at linebacker. Sloan at outside linebacker.
Braden's had some really big plays. Matthew now, we called his name a lot in the first 5 games. I would say not so much since we've been in district.
Yeah, he's banged up, man. And he's one of those kids you can't tell him like rest because he don't believe in rest. But now he's understanding why we say rest, and he's finally healing up. He's just got a thigh bruise that had a little fluid on it, and we had to kind of shock it a little bit and ice and elevate it to get him back moving. And it's teaching these young guys how to take care of their bodies.
Absolutely.
And how important it is.
And they don't understand it. And it's not something that's taught. Even with a great junior high program or a great little league, and I've learned this too for our viewers at home. You're taught everything from scheme and fundamentals and drills and things like that, but you're not taught at a high level how to take care of your body. Guys, stretching. When I was at Ash, softball team, I took over all the stretching and the preparation. We have any injuries. Kids were fresh. I introduced them to ice baths. And we would go into a tournament, like a 3-day tournament, and by day 3, the girls were still great.
Yeah.
Just understand that.
How important it is.
How important it is for an athlete. You're an athlete. You're asking your body to do things week and week and week. And
that's a lot of car crashes.
Yeah, and you don't want to. If you get in a car crash, you're going to take it to the auto body shop. And they're going to fix it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to take your body to the auto body shop.
Yeah.
So that's been a big thing, and it shows.
Yeah.
You got probably 2-3 guys out, if that. It might just be Cullen.
We got Coach Williams out. He was another outside backer for us. So
2 guys out, and out of what, 60?
65.
65. That's a winning ratio, getting to where you want to be. We're going to talk a little bit real quick. Usually I can nudge, but we're going to come back. We're going to finalize this show. We're going to talk a little bit more about how you're preparing for Tioga, how you're going to prepare for West Washita, and, you know, things like that. We'll be right back here on 446 Sports.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view, and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticlub.com.
And we're back at Route 22 for 446 Sports. I'm Thomas Ward with Coach Jarvous Felton, and you know, we got a Grant Cougar. We're still in the building, so we're going to talk a little bit about Braden Sloan. Braden, how are you? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm great. How are y'all?
Good. Now, look, we called your name. There was a big special teams tackle that I got excited for in the second quarter, pinning them back deep.
My first one of the year.
First one of the
It's
year?
the first tackle I made on kickoff all year.
And that was the best one. We talked a lot to Coach Felton about so many different things. Number one, I was so impressed by how healthy you guys are. We talked about, you know, the things y'all been doing to take care of your body. Talk about that, maybe that's been different maybe from years past, because you've been here 4 years.
Yeah. I've been taking recovery like very seriously this year, because I mean it's like my senior year and I've been trying to get noticed, and like it would kill me to have like a season-ending injury or a career-ending injury. So I've been doing all kinds of stuff, stay hydrated, eating everything, and my Epsom salt baths at the end of the day after practice.
How have the, because I hate them, how have the ice bath, you take ice baths?
I don't like an ice bath.
But have you gotten into it? They're incredible. You know, they do their job, but man, everybody hates getting in there.
I hate them.
Have you taken a few?
Not this year.
Oh my goodness, you got to get this guy out there in
I've
one of those.
snuck by.
We're talking a lot about this week, Braden. Probably the last time y'all see Tioga or this program will for a while. You know, as you go down to 3A. I'm sure you know a ton of people on that team. I'm sure they know who you are. Coach Felton called it kind of a second homecoming week. Maybe homecoming without the fun. What's it been like preparing for them this week?
Oh, it's always a bigger game every year, because it's kind of like a second or third rival that we got. We got a bunch of them on our schedule this year, but it is kind of like a rivalry game, because like it's a crosstown rival. Everybody knows everybody, but it's always a fun one. It's always exciting to prepare for and play in. So yeah.
So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into tomorrow. Coach Felton's going to be mad at me probably, but he's going to have that dang Florida State fight song blaring tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've got to play on that field. I've coached against them, and it's just constantly going off.
They got a great band.
What's it like with that kind of noise and distraction? I think it's the funnest thing in the world when you have that environment. Your job is going to make sure those young guys don't look at the lights.
Yeah.
You know, talk to us about that. What's that going to be like?
Their environment over there, it's great. They got a lot of energy. Their crowd is great. Their field's great. it's good to play. I like to play on their field. It's always fun with the environment that they create over there, with their band and everything.
Now it's going to be up to you this week. You know, whenever there's you play somebody near and dear to you, maybe not dear, but near, you know, there's a little bit of extra just aggressiveness, a little chirpiness that kind of, especially for younger guys, can spiral out of control. And it's on you guys, you, Jake Glass, Deontay, Miles, those guys that are seniors to, you know, not only do your job, do your assignment, but kind of monitor these young guys. I mean, it'll get away, and the next thing you know, those yellow flags are flying out everywhere.
Yeah, they do a good job. They're not like, they stay level-headed and they fly around, but they do it controlled. So yeah, I think they'll do good.
So this week, I'm sure you've seen the film. We're not going to talk about the LSU guy at wide receiver. That's for those DBs to cover. You've got a great challenge this week. You got a running back that I think maybe one of the hardest running backs, the way he runs the ball, like a Cam Scattaboo.
Oh yeah.
He's just relentless. You know, what's it been like preparing for that? You know, because you guys can stop him and tag him to the ground. And we talked to Coach Felton about this. You tackle him, I think the fourth quarter comes around, y'all might be winning that sucker.
Yeah. Gotta stay low.
Stay low.
Somebody like that. Oh yeah.
Well, how's everybody else thinking about him in team meetings and stuff?
Well, I power lifted with him, and I know he's a strong dude. He's physical, so like we've talked about it. We gotta bottle him up and condense his run lanes and all that.
Absolutely. Week 9. We're in week 9 of your senior season. Next week is senior night, and the playoffs after that. But these are your last 2 games of your regular season. What's the emotions going through you?
It's crazy. It's hard to believe. It feels like I was a freshman yesterday. It really is crazy. I'm excited. But I'm gonna be emotional for my last few games.
Absolutely. So next week, Coach Felton said we can have all the seniors out here.
All the seniors.
So you're going to be your job, Braden, to have them all at least have something interesting to say. Okay. So if they come on here and we ask a question, they're like, we're all going to look at you, and we're going to throw our hands up. So it's going to be your job to get them ready to have something memorable to say about their legacy. Coach Felton said talked about y'all about creating your legacy and having goals. Next week we want y'all to end that strong, because look, it doesn't end. I've said this before. A program kind of is defined by the guys that graduate and then come back. And I've seen a lot of guys that we coach in and around your program now. So just because you're graduating, it's not over.
Oh yeah.
We saw Gavin Borland in here. This is your program for now until eternity. I'm a Saints fan from now until eternity. I wish I could get rid of them. But you're locked. You're a Grand Cougar. So you're not just finishing this season and that's your legacy. How you feel like you can build upon that legacy even after you're gone?
I like to give back to the game in some way, because it's done so much for me and it's provided me with so much of an escape. So whether it's like coaching in some way or being around football in some way or being around Grant in some way, I'd like to take part in something like that, like Red River. Me and Jake, a lot of time we'll go over and help coach the Red River kids, and it's fun, and it's cool to be around.
I've coached Red River, and
it's a little frustrating because they're like, it is fun.
So thank you so much, Braden, for being with us. We're going to take one more commercial break. We'll come back and we'll kind of finalize the coaching show. But you have a job. What's your job?
Make sure everybody got something interesting.
Everything got something good to say for next week. Thank you, Braden. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticClub.com.
back here at Route 22 after our 4th commercial break. I'm trying to get Nick as big a check as I can. You know, the producers get paid on these advertisements. Trying to get 446 as much money as we can. If we need to take another one, Nick will let me know. Coach, a few minutes left. We've kind of talked and touched on everything. You know, Tioga going into that environment without giving away your game plan. I know, you know, this is the thing. Like, we can put these headsets off and talk, and I'll have all the questions.
Yeah.
But to ask you, you know, how, you know, what are you seeing from when you see Tioga? Obviously, new coach. Kind of the same staff, but just a new head man. Coach Cook is at Leesville now, and Coach Crispin has taken over. You know, they've had a successful year. Defensively, for them, you know, what are some things that you guys kind of picked up? Maybe not giving it away, but just a broad sense.
I mean, they're very sound, you know. Me and Coach Moody, the defense coordinator, we're real close. We work together at Pineville. And he's a little older than me. Kind of pick his brain a little sometimes. You know, when I was defensive coordinator here at Grant, you know, kind of seeing some different things that he did. So I've learned some things from him, been over and working with him that I can put in my toolbox. And he picks my brain on some things that he saw that we done in the past and what we're doing this year and how do we do this. So, I mean, I have a great relationship with all those guys. You know, it's good to see, you know, your buddies at the end of the day, you know, be successful. So I'm truly excited for them, happy for them. You know, they kind of look down. Everybody kind of looked down on them a little bit. So, but they're turning around over there, and it's exciting to see, you know, what everybody had wrote them off, you know,
right.
and how they have really flipped that switch and turned that thing around, you know, this year.
Oh, absolutely. You know, a lot of like you said, a lot of people thought that they opened the year with a loss to Sterlington. You know, new coach. You never know how that's going to go. You know, we kind of talked to about LSU. Brian Kelly had all the resume, and it just didn't work. You know, so sometimes a coach is just not a fit as good as a coach as Coach Crispin is. And you can say, you know, you've been the defensive coordinator. It's a different animal being the head coach. Even if you're standing on the same sideline with the same group of guys.
Totally different.
It's totally different. So, but they've really rebounded. You know, big wins at Gina. They've done such a great job offensively. What are some of the things they like to do?
Oh, they run a little similar of what we do. I think they're running fast and wide. They're running a variation of it. So we kind of picked up on that when we played them in the JV game earlier this year. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, that's
it looks close.
That looks very familiar with what we do. So it's good to see that, you know, especially because our kids see that every day in practice. So we kind of understand, you know, what to be looking for, where they're trying to hit it at, and kind of makes it a little easier for us and for our kids. But at the end of the day, we still have to execute.
Coach, that fast and wide, I'm going to pick your brain about that a little bit. You know, when I left here, we were running, I guess you could call it just straight spread. You know, what is that? I heard a little bit of it, I think, at Leesville.
It makes you scratch your head as a defensive coordinator.
Well, you got guys standing on basically on each sideline.
You got to cover every blade of grass, and
you know,
that's tough.
It's tough, and then you got to have a quarterback like a Gage who can
sling
the ball not just 30 yards down the field, but 30 yards horizontally. Man, you know, and it pulls people out of the box, doesn't it? Where did you guys first see that? Was it working with Leesville?
Yeah, playing defense Leesville for the last 2 years ago in the Jamboree. And even when, you know, I was defensive coordinator at Grant and trying to, you know, find ways like, okay, what can I do, you know, to eliminate the things that they're trying to do. And if you got to have guys in the secondary that can freaking cover.
So I would imagine you have to lock up people man.
You got to play man. And we're only going to take one time.
Right.
And there's always an answer for something.
Absolutely.
If in the fast and wide, there's an answer. There hasn't been a time to where there wasn't an answer for something.
How are the kids taking to it?
It's a lot easier.
Is
it's
it?
less thinking.
just go out there and react to what you see?
Whatever you see, man. I'm okay. Literally, you line up, okay? What are they giving you? And that dictate what you do.
Absolutely. Man,
It is simple. That's why you can go so fast.
I feel like I've even as I'm just watching it, like I've not gone to a clinic, learn about fast and wide, but just I feel like I can pick up on it, on what you guys are doing, and kind of I'll kind of tell Chad this is what they're about to do, without even having to watch the signals.
Yeah,
this kind of picked up on those too.
Yeah, this is our first year in it. You know, we haven't really opened the rim of everything that you can do out of it. You know, but we wanted our kids to just understand the true base and the identity of it first. So
absolutely.
We're running in our junior high. Our junior high kids are running it now.
I got to see that. You're gonna have to send me after this show just some type of film.
Yeah.
So that I want to see junior high kids running fast and wide. Now we might be running a little something like that in Red River.
Yeah.
We throw the ball a little bit.
That's
in those 7 and 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Had a tough one last night, Coach. We lost to Tioga.
Hopefully we can get one back.
You know, it was a close one. We lost 6-0.
Yeah.
They had my kid out there playing linebacker and wide receiver, and man, he gets the ball on offense, he's trying to juke, and then on defense he wants to hit. I need to kind of like merge those two things together. Like you can hit on offense.
Yeah.
You can run that guy over. Short week next week, so you're gonna kind of wind down Wednesday tomorrow. Walk through on Thursday.
No, it's game situation on Thursday. We put the shells on Thursday.
Oh, I like it. Show up to Tioga on Friday. Hopefully, we're gonna win that game. Then you got a quick turnaround on a very emotional week. Not maybe for everybody, but for those main guys, some of those guys you count on. There's gonna be some built up emotion, and then you got to turn around and get ready for something completely different. Because it ain't gonna be fast and wide.
No,
it's gonna be tight and
that's it.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's it. But we've seen it.
You've seen it. I know you've looked ahead a little bit. What do you know? Because you didn't coach it to the point now where, you you kind of install what you need to install. Tomorrow you're just going to fine tune it. I know you. I know you kind of looked ahead a little bit. What's that week looking like?
As in what way?
Just where do you feel of the kids versus as they line up to West Washita?
It's a very winnable game.
Absolutely.
It's to finish on a great note, on a positive note, for not only for our seniors, but for your brothers beside you as well.
And then playing for that playoff spot. West Washita having I guess you could call it a down year a little bit, not as what they have been. Because I think they've either been first or second in district the last couple years. They're not there this year. I don't think they've gotten one yet. I think they play Peabody this week.
Yeah, and they beat Wassman last week.
So
they're figuring it out at the same time as us.
So, but you've seen that offense too, Darbon Woods
and Winfield.
I wasn't there for the Winfield scrimmage.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we've seen it a couple times.
But even like Darbon Woods, at the beginning it was like, oh man, how can they stop him? And then in the third, fourth quarter, you started stopping him. But no, very winnable game next week. Very winnable game this week. And it's always winnable when you got a guy like Ahmad Sykes. I think he's the Sinlaw MVP. That's maybe not your job to promote it, but I will. I think
it's not my vote.
I think he's the Sinlaw MVP. Now, are there guys that are maybe in bigger games or something? Possibly, but he has produced from. He had 10 touchdowns against Montgomery, but he's also had 10 touchdowns in district so far, and we're just halfway through. So don't you can't count. You can count on any of those arguments. And I think he's going to be the only back in this area to rush for 2,000 yards. He's done it to everybody, from Franklin Parish to Montgomery to Bolton to Darbon Woods to Wassman. I think we'll have a big game this week and next week. So I think that's if they give me a vote, which they don't. I think he's your Sinlaw MVP. And we talked a little bit. He's had some interest. He's gotten one offer from Grambling. That's impressive to get him as a junior. What's it going to be like? And this will probably be our last question of the night. what's it going to be like managing him next year? Because I guarantee you, while you're trying to game plan, there's going to be a lot of knocks on the door, guys in different color polos. Can you pull him out of class? Can I talk to him?
I'm very proud of him and the way he has taken the notoriety and the attention and all the interviews and all the talk shows and all the things that come with when you're the spotlight of a program. And he is taken really. He's been mature and he's taken it very well. And he hasn't made it bigger than himself. He hasn't made it bigger than the team.
Absolutely.
And that's something you have to be proud about. And that's something, you know, his parents have to be proud about too. You know, it comes from a great family. And that's great home training, great home building.
Parenting.
Great parenting and the understanding, you know, don't make the moment bigger than what it is and be humble. But most importantly, thanking God for every opportunity that you get.
Absolutely. We want to thank him every day. Guys, I told you you're going to get an hour of us just talking football, me asking him as many football questions as I could. We've gone over the hour. You said we didn't. You were like, what are we going to talk about? I said, I got it. So we're gonna end the show tonight. Please tune in on 446 Sports. We'll have 2 different broadcasts of the same game. You'll have the Grant version with me and Chad James.
That's it.
Billy French and Thomas Scully will be on the title call. Our great friends at 446 Sports. Biggest game in the area this week.
That's it.
Grant Tioga. We're excited to bring it to you. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. Tune in Friday night on 446 Sports. And as always, Coach, you want to